Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another custom map battle on Total War Warhammer. We are at Karak Kadrin, the once legendary Dwarven fortress. However, it has been infested with Greenskins, as you guys can see, and the dwarfs are here to reclaim their lost fortress. So this should be a really fun battle. This was sent in to me by Dr. Shil, I believe is his name, and he actually has a YouTube channel himself, so I'll make sure to link it in the description. Be sure to go check him out, as I really do appreciate him sending this in. But yeah, we are on a new custom map battle. This is the Greenskin Karak Kadrin, and it's awesome. I really like how he's added workable walls on the outer layer of the bridge. I think that will hopefully add in some really interesting gameplay in the outside of the fortress. Then as we go forward, we obviously have all the Greenskin I guess appearance modifiers, which they've gone ahead and done since they've taken this. One of my favorite things is I love all the kind of mountain houses the modder has stuck on here, and yeah, you really can tell that this is a Greenskin fortress, completely defacing everything that was once Dwarven in this glorious city. And also when we go back here as well, we can see that all these like statues and golden I guess decorations have just been covered in these orc tattoos and these orc graffiti. It's just awesome to see the modders really going to town with stuff like this and creating multiple versions of the map itself, just to kind of, you know, when in the campaign, when a different force does take this over, it's going to look different, which is really cool to see. I like that a lot. And again, yeah, you can see all these little houses around here. So yeah, let's run through the army comps really quickly and kind of the setup of the battle. So the main Dwarven army is obviously at the front gates. On the front line, we have a whole line of Dwarven warriors. They're going to be led by a Thane. He's going to be pushing the men forward. We also have a battering ram here, and that's being pushed up by the Grumbling Guard, a nice regiment of renown. Then we have some Quarrelers along with some Longbeards with great weapons. Behind that, we have some Iron Drakes with the torpedoes, so some nice anti-large forces. And then we also have just some normal Iron Drakes. Then we have Ungrim and his units of Slayers. I think there's a load of Slayers here. 6 or 7 units of Slayers who are going to be trying to reclaim their lost fortress. We also have a Goblobber, going to be shooting some goblins off, some cannons, some more Peak Gate Guard, and then obviously the elite Ironbreakers back here as well, who are going to be the kind of the vanguard forces. We also have some more hammers on the left flank, along with a few more units in that main army. But then we also have some artillery pieces over here. We have an organ gun looking over a bridge, so this is going to be a perfect position just to hammer any forces on that bridge. We also have some thunderers and a unit of gyrocopters, and I believe we have the same on this other side as well. Yeah, exactly the same on this other side. So plenty of artillery to start smashing down this initial wall and hitting any forces on the bridge itself. So if we look at the Greenskin army, we can see we have a unit of Squigs unit of Squigs Vanguard deployed out here, and this is going to be great. These guys are going to get a perfect charge off onto the organ gun straight away. We also have a nice little like nasty Skulker Night Goblin army, which is vanguarded out here, which can really do a lot of damage if it's used right. So these guys are going to come pouring out and just absolutely surround the Dwarven forces if they get too far committed into a battle. They could also decide just to send these guys in a little bit early, so it's going to be fun to see what they do with that unit. And we also have another unit of Squigs there. And as we go back to the main fortress, we can see that we have 2 units of these goblins up on the front wall. These guys are basically just throwaway meat shields. Then as we go back, we have a Night Goblin, or just a Goblin Big Boss, and 2 units of Black Orcs back here as well. Then we also have some Orc Boys and a Ragnarok. Continue to go further back, we have a Doom Diver and some Goblin Archers. So a couple units of Orc Boys with some more Archers. A pretty nice artillery battery here. We have a Hammer of Gork and another Goblin Lobber right there. We have 2 units of Black Orcs and some more Black Orcs, and kind of a final defense here. We have some Trolls, Giant, and Ragnarok Queen. And that seems to be making up the main force of the forces of the Greenskins, with Grimgor back here as well. So the main fight is going to be over this wall, I would assume, with reinforcements being slowly pushed in. So without further ado, let's get this battle started. I'm excited to see the artillery just unleashing hell to begin. Let's get a nice little zoom in shot of these cannons. I assume they are going to be shooting first, as the rest of the soldiers just get pushed up. You can see the battering ram, the Dwarven warriors, they're going to be the first forces making their way up. Oh, we do have some of the goblins come flying out. They're going to be getting some direct hits on them Dwarven warriors, with the rocks coming out as well. The dwarfs aren't really shooting back with their artillery. What about... Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Some really nice moves here by the squigs. They are going to be getting hit by the gyrocopters and the thunderers. However, the organ guns are going to be getting run down, and I assume that's going to be exactly the same on this right flank as well. Yeah, on the right flank as well. So that is just huge there for the greenskin player. Managing to take out the organ guns, the 2 units of organ guns at the beginning of a battle is just really, really big. And that's going to help them out so much. They're going to be getting kind of just charging back onto the thunderers as well. Or we've got some artillery coming in from the forces of the dwarfs, getting some pretty big hits up there on the goblin archers. But the goblin archers are really, really cheap, so nothing really to worry about. Oh, I also really like this gate as well. That looks awesome. Instead of having like a normal dwarven gate, it's kind of got like a really cool orc gate, as we have the ladders being pushed up now as the dwarfs start to climb up. Battering rams being kind of pushed up towards the gate. We also have the quarrelers shooting. No ladders being put up on that left side. However, the dwarfs are starting to make their way over the wall, and the battle for the wall itself is about to commence. These dwarfs should not have any trouble dealing with these goblins though. They should be somewhat easy. However, the Doom Diver catapults are hammering that unit of Grumbling Guard right now. I'm surprised no dwarfs. I mean, yeah, there we go. I was about to say that I'm surprised none of these Black Orcs are being pushed onto the wall. But as I said that, they're making their way on top of it, and they're going to be hitting a lot of these Dwarven warriors as they try and make their way over. The battering ram is now at the gates. That's going to be great. If they can pour into these gates and start doing damage to it, then they're going to be able to get the majority of their forces in here and really start spreading the forces of the Greenskins. You can see the battering ram actually glitching through the wall itself, which is kind of funny, but there's an Arachnarok here ready to withstand anything. The majority of the Dwarven forces have now been pushed up. There's actually a breach in the wall as well, which they can start pushing forward. I assume they did that with their artillery, which is very nice. And yeah, all of these guys are going to start pouring forward, I would assume. That makes sense why they would not actually go ahead and put ladders up here, because they planned on actually just breaking it down. I think the wall, the gate itself has gone down now as well. Yes, it has. So the dwarfs are going to be in an all-out assault. We have soldiers pushing up here. And then we also have men coming through the actual wall itself and the breach. The Slayers are running in, getting ready to overwhelm the Orc forces. As well as that, we have the gyrocopters back here. They are shooting some Orc boys, taking a bit of missile fire from the Doom Divers, and I assume the archers as well. But they're looking pretty healthy. One of them is close to routing, but the rest of them are doing okay. We have some spells going off here. A nice little buff. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Off on the main forces, and we also have some on the gate itself. So the dwarfs are really starting to put the pressure on. However, the nasty Skulker force and the Night Goblin archers are pushing now. They're going to come up in a perfect ambush position to start hitting these guys as they all start piling through the gate. Because look at that. The dwarfs are going full hog right now. They are just trying to make their way into the gate and trying to overwhelm the Orc forces. Because again, as we saw in the beginning, a lot of the Orc forces are actually quite far deployed down the bridge itself. So if the dwarfs can just sheerly just like completely destroy these forces right here, that's going to help them out a ton as they try and push forward. The Giant and the Arachnarok are going to be doing good here. However, there is a large unit, bunch of Slayers here trying to hurt them as best as they can. The Dragonback Slayers are also akin to these Giants and slaying them. The morale of the Arachnarok Queen as well is not looking, or just the Arachnarok Spider, sorry, is not looking good at all. I don't know why the morale is so bad. I guess maybe the Slayers are just really doing it. Oh, there you go. It's buffing back up now. I just don't know why it's so damaged, if I'm honest. How's the Men of the Breach? The Breach is looking pretty good. They're literally just running all the way forward with the buffs, you know, the open steel buff. That's going to help them out. The Arachnarok is falling back. Oh, that was a really nice foot of Gork going off there. That did so much damage at clearing out from the whole bunch of them dwarfs who did clump up. The Black Orcs, did they win on this wall, or did they... No, the dwarfs actually managed to win on that wall. There's a few Black Orcs still left remaining, but it looks pretty good for the forces of the dwarfs and this initial battle. Are the nasty Skulkers engaged yet? No, I think these guys are hidden still. If they're still hidden, this is so good. They can come up right behind these guys and really start hitting and doing a lot of damage on the Iron Breakers. Yeah, if they can get all these archers trained on these guys, that's huge. As well as that, the squigs of the Night Goblins are doing an amazing job. The Orc player has done awesome at taking out the artillery for the Dwarfs. And I think Grimgor has given the order to actually push forward here and commit the last of his forces through this breach as the Dwarfs do continue to push down the bridge itself. The Orcs are in full retreat on this initial stage. However, they do have a final position back here of just the elite of the elite. These Black Orcs and this Arachnarok Queen, Trolls, Giants. There's a hefty amount of forces still left remaining. And obviously the Orcs still have this large force right here, which I believe has just been spotted right there, which is not too good. However, the Iron Drakes are in kind of a perfect position to be getting hit. However, the rest of the Dwarfs are still now just pushing in as they continue just to overwhelm the walls. So I don't know who's going to win this battle so far. It looks like it's can go either way. The Dwarfs are pushing up in full force, but the Orcs still have a large amount of tricks up their sleeves. Yeah, I think they're trying to get inside the fortress now so that these guys can't do too much damage. The Giant has come back from routing, which is going to be great. And the rest of the Orcs are literally just running for their lives right now, trying to fall back as best they can. Falling back to the final stand. And these gyrocopters are just picking them off bit by bit. Oh, this is actually really cool as well. I really like this design the Orcs have created on the statue there. That looks very nice. The aesthetics of this mod definitely do stand out and are very, very nice. You can see if they can get back this Arachnarok, because the Arachnarok is actually somewhat healthy. If that can get back to the main lines and then join the Arachnarok Queen, Grimgor, and the rest of the boys, they should be doing okay. Because as I said, there's plenty of soldiers still left remaining here. They just need to continue to fall back. The Nasty Skulkers are, yeah, you can see that their defenders have actually pushed back. Just their Dwarven Warrior, or the attackers, sorry, have pushed back their Dwarven Warriors just to hold these guys off. But the missile fire right there, oh, that is horrific. They are literally blocking out the sun with that. I think that's 5 units of Night Goblin Archers there. That's going to be painful for these units of Thunderers. The Nasty Skulkers are getting ready to push in as well. You can see a few of them have already made their way down, hitting these units of Iron Drakes. But the rest of the units still have not pushed in yet. I think they're still biding their time. Oh, the Nasty Skulkers are actually fighting a unit of Hammerers down here, and they are not coming out on top. Yeah, the Hammers are slaughtering them right now. I mean, that's to be expected. These Nasty Skulkers are more of an ambush unit, but yeah, this unit of Hammerers just went to town on them and just took them to pieces. Wow. However, the archers should be able to do a lot of damage. These Night Goblin archers can do a ton if they are just left alone to carry and shoot. That's exactly what they're going to be doing, training in all their fire on these Hammerers. They've got smoke bomb on them as well, meaning their speed is extremely low. The Giant is also taking care of quite a few of them. And I don't think there is too many of the Thunderers still left remaining. I think a lot of the Dwarven forces, as you guys can see, are pushing down. Are they charging in now? Oh, yes, they are. I think they're pushing up to meet. Or is Grimgor just slaying this unit, this Thane? I think Grimgor just slayed that Thane, and he has dealt with that now, and he's going to fall back. Or are they going to charge out and meet in the middle of a bridge? That's going to be interesting to see what they do. We'll go back to the main engagement, though. Yeah, we can literally just see the Hammerers, which is so good. Luckily, they have a lot of Night Goblins just taking away as much damage as they can. This unit of Night Goblins as well is hitting the Master Engineer. But yeah, but unfortunately this unit of Hammerers is just not going to make it out alive. But they do have a nice little kind of rear guard right here of just Dwarven Warriors who are going to be here just to like withstand anyone. And they also have their own quarters as well, shooting back, I think, retaliating. Yeah, they do. So yeah, this rear attack isn't really going to do too much. Maybe it needed to be sprung just when the attackers were starting to fight over the walls, or maybe it needed to be held off just until this battle happened, and then you pour all of them in so they come up behind and there's no escape for the dwarfs. The Iron Breakers are the first units up here. However, they're going to be taking some artillery fire, so it's not like the dwarfs can just sit around here. as they're going to be getting hit by Doom Divers and by the Hammer of Gork as well. And you know, look how many of this Grimling Ironbreaker unit they've lost already. That's not too great. They do need to be careful, so I think they need to advance their forces somewhat quickly because they're taking a ton of damage. This unit is just dropping right now. The HP is just horrific on them. Balance of power is extremely even as well right now, so this battle could still go either way. It's going to be up to these elite units to see who comes out on top. As well as that, if the artillery for the orcs can, you know, get a few more direct hits, that's going to be huge for them. And that's exactly what they do. Wow, these Doom Diver catapults and this Hammer of Gork are just really coming up huge for these orcs right now. They do not want to give up Karak Kadrin. They've taken it and they want to hold it. Another massive hit there. God, that Regiment of Renown is just so low on HP. Their numbers are dropping really, really quickly. Yeah, that looks very cool. I like that a lot. How the forces of the orcs have just set up this nice little V shape to let them in, just to outflank them. That's very, very smart. The artillery is continuing to come in. The orc player is also using his orc boys as well to absorb any satchel charges that come out. Grimgor though, Grimgor is in the front ranks. That's amazing. Look at him. He does not care. He is not scared of death. If he is to die in this glorious battle, then he is to die. He needs to get a move on at the moment. He is just getting hammered by artillery. Surely he cannot stand around here for much longer. Oh, the Ironbreakers are unleashing their satchels. Just a horrific barrage of fire and flame. But it's only York boys at the moment. I feel like the forces of the Greenskins are overwhelming them with their superior artillery. However, now that they've taken them out, I imagine they still have half their ammunition left, so they can still use that on these Black Orcs as well. So I imagine these Black Orcs are going to be getting some artillery. I think they just needed to straight up charge them. That's exactly what Grimgor's going to do. That's awesome. We have Grimgor and Ungrim fighting each other. Mano and Ungrim actually runs away. What a coward. And Grimgor is going to take over the forces, and he's going to lead from the front. That is really cool to see. I imagine we'll get these Arachnox and Trolls in here when more of the forces have been committed. The Slayers are also going to be joining this engagement. Oh, beautiful though. The artillery and the satchel charges coming out for the Greenskins and the Dwarfs. The Trolls are going to be pushing in though to help them out. Balance of power is still really, really even. There's about 100 to 200 men in it. And we can just spend the last minutes of the battle watching this epic stand. The Slayers are going to be pushing in. If the Greenskins can actually... Oh, look at that. Did you see that Thane? That Thane just jumped on top of that troll and just lodged his axe in his head. Wow, go back if you missed that. That was really awesome. And I don't think I've actually seen that custom animation before. That was really, really cool. Did the nasty Skulkers get defeated? There's still a few of them left, actually. Yeah, there's still a few forces, and they're holding up, maybe a couple hundred dwarfs there. So they're definitely doing a good job. I also like how the dwarfs have taken down the dragon skull and replaced it. Oh, the orcs have replaced it. We've got giants and the Arachnox in here. The Greenskins do look like they're starting to run out of infantry here, if I'm honest, but they do have the creatures to back up their main line, and we also have a Foot of Gork going out right there, sending several of the Dwarfs and the Greenskins flying. The artillery is going to be hammering the Slayers as well. The Spiderlings being risen up from the dead. Grimgor is still here as well, leading the men forward. He is just not retreating. The Iron Drakes are flaming on by, and they are hammering the Giant and the Arachnarok, trying to kill it with fire. And that's exactly what they are doing. That will really hurt the morale of the Arachnarok Queen. Oh, maybe not. The Arachnarok Queen is just sitting pretty as it gets a perfect rear charge. I think everything is committed right now. All the forces. However, this one unit of Crimson Killers, the Regiment of Renown for the Black Orcs, is still holding back, and that could come up big in these final moments of the battle. The artillery coming in is huge as well, because if they can get some big hits off on the last remaining units, there's not a lot of soldiers left anymore, and hits like that are just whittling down the last couple units that the Dwarfs have. They obviously still have these units of missiles back here. And if these guys can get run down, they are going to die so quickly. But it's whether they can get run down. The Arachnarok Queen is going to be trying to achieve that. However, if these Thunderers get some good shots off on the torpedoes coming in as well, no, the Arachnarok Queen is just going to run straight through these units of Thunderers. Luckily, they do have some Quarrelers back here. But the Arachnarok Queen will be able to just, harass all of these guys, stop them from shooting. Or maybe I'm mistaken. The Arachnarok Queen is going back into the main battle. I guess she's needed elsewhere. And these Thunderers are going to be able to get some good shots off on her. She's coming back for another charge, though. Thunderers get a couple good shots off, but... Oh, she routed. Wow, she lost so much HP from these Thunderers. Wow. She doesn't know what's happening right now. She's just fleeing the battle, and the Thunderers are going to be taking her out. The rest of the Dwarven forces have managed to cut their way through the York line. And I think they're pushing over to this final stand. Oh, this is actually really cool. I never noticed this before. There's actually like a little Dwarven war camp out here. And this is going to be the final stand for the Greenskins. They don't have a lot of men left, but they still have a few, and they're going to be holding as best they can. There are also some Night Goblins out here as well. So maybe they can come up behind the forces of the Dwarfs. There's just like hardly any soldiers left for the Greenskins. If we look at it, you can see the balance of power is definitely shifting in the favor of the Dwarfs. And the Dwarfs are just forming up their armies to, the final push. And the Greenskins are just going to have to get ready and hold their ground as best they can. The Slayers, with the support of Grimgor, or with Ungrim, sorry, are going to be pushing on this unit of Crimson Killers, charging in to reclaim their lost fortress. Is Ungrim going to be joining them? He better be, because I haven't really seen Ungrim do too much this battle, whereas I've seen Grimgor do quite a bit. Where is Grimgor, by the way? Is he in this battle? Grimgor is back here, watching the soldiers. We're going to be getting some trolls pushing on. I mean, a lot of these Slayers have, like, no HP. Especially with the trolls pushing them, that's going to be a huge shock to the system for these Slayers. Kill them all indeed. Reclaim what is yours. Luckily, the Dwarfs themselves still have a decent amount of troops left they can slowly commit. We're obviously having these units of Iron Drakes are just going to probably melt whatever the enemy have left. However, they do have to be a little bit careful. There are some Night Goblins back here. However, the Quarrelers are going to be turning around and dealing with them, hopefully. Yeah, you can see there's a pretty hefty bunch of Quarrelers here. They're going to be forming up and just having a nice little skirmish off, I guess, with Night Goblins. But there's so many more of these guys that when they get their shots off, they should just be able to rout the enemy really, really easily. Are they even in range of these guys? I don't know if they're not actually in... They are in range. They're going to start shooting, or are they just going to chill? I think they're just going to chill for now. So we'll go back to the main battle, or the final stand, I should say. Some epic music to end this battle as well. We can see that the Peak Gate Guard are pushing in, along with the Longbeards with great weapons. And then the rest of the Hammerers as well. The rest of the Hammerers coming in are going to be huge. We do have an Orc Big Boss here, though. Some more Longbeards with great weapons making their way in. The Trolls are going to be pushing in though as well. The rest of the Dwarven forces just need to get here, because if they keep attacking by themselves, they could actually feasibly lose this. They need to attack in one big blob. Because at the moment, sending their troops in drips and drabs is just not working for them whatsoever. You can see they're actually starting to rout here as well. The entire forces need to make their way over and just engage this last stand for the Orcs, because the Orcs could still definitely win this. They have a strong knitted couple units right here who could definitely come out on top. You can already see the Trolls pushing in, and the Trolls are actually going to be charging forward and hitting these Longbeards. Grimgor, I mean, yeah, Ungrim and Grimgor need to get in. If they can slay Grimgor, then that could be huge for the forces. Having the Thunderers here, though, are going to be massive. That's going to be slaughtering all of these units of Trolls. The Thunderers are going to be able to just pick away the Trolls as they do stand out. And you can already see a bunch of them starting to drop to the floor.
Yes, yes! Attack the Orcs!
And we have the last troll dropping. So the trolls are all dead now. It is simply just the Black Orcs and Grimgor left. Ungrim's going to go in for the kill though. Ungrim is going to charge in. The units are starting to rout, and this is literally the final stand right now. They just need the rest of the men to make their way up here so they can push in. Oh my god, what is Ungrim doing? Ungrim is just charging forward. Deadly Onslaught has been popped. And he's just taking apart the last couple orcs here. I wonder how many kills he's managed to get. 28 kills on him. How many has Grimgor got? Grimgor's on 42, so Grimgor has definitely killed more. The rest of our forces are now pushing up for the final push. And here we go. The Black Orcs are charging in, so it does look like the Dwarfs are going to be able to reclaim the lost city of Karak Kadrin. Are we going to get a nice little final stand between Grimgor and Ungrim? Or are they going to be... Here we go. Yes, we are. They're dueling. This is so cool. They are just simply letting everyone fight it out. What a way to end this battle, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment. And it does look like the Dowie are going to push back the Greenskins scum in a Pyrrhic victory. Very, very awesome. This was an amazing map. I'll make sure to link the map and obviously Dr. Shil, his channel down below in the description as well. So make sure to go check him out. Kill-wise, did anyone really rack up a ton? The Skyhammer Gyro Bomber actually did really good, and the Gyrocopters did very, very nicely. I barely ever see them do as well as they did there. For the Orcs, we can see that their artillery just doing huge hundreds of kills on them. And the Crimson Killers, you know, considering they were used right towards the end, 72 kills is pretty impressive. So, as I said, guys, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.